Hello, everyone. This is the 22nd and 24th President of the United States, Norman Rockwell, here to tell you that this program is brought to you by a man wearing a stack of hats to the sky. Solutions for a small planet. Hey, you can follow Ryan O'Connor at Wrangleshank on Instagram and Twitter. And if you like his work on the Bonehead comic, you can also watch his Bonehead cartoon. The link to these things and more can be found in the description. Furthermore, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Wrangleshank and all things Ink the Book. Thank you. Ah!
It's time for Ink the Book Show with your host, Ryan O'Connor. And now, let's ink the book.
Hey, peoples, good morning. I made it a little later than I would have liked, but I made it. So, I'm only going to go for like an hour or so, I think. Because then I got to get out of here shortly after that. Let's keep going. I also have to put the link in the Discord like I usually do. I forgot to do that, so I'm going to just do that real quick. Okay. Whoa, okay. Things are beeping. And then the YouTube link as well. Let me get that real quick. There we go. All right. Hopefully I can make these brushes work for me at all. Because they are fading on me fast. And I just ordered a couple last night, but they won't be here till the 20th. So it's early morning. I think one of my roommates is getting ready for work. Oh. I gotta get into the habit of doing more morning streams. I don't like sleeping in, but I do it more often now. Oops, I'm getting off screen. Pull this down. see what's going on. Oh, so the reel I posted on Instagram right before last night's broadcast, I think overnight it went up to like 88 likes, but the one I posted a while after last night's stream has like nothing. So it's real weird what'll hit or miss, because that one I posted the same time I posted the one the day before that got like over 100. But that's what I've heard about reels, is you never know what's gonna catch attention. I didn't remember I was recording inking a Bonehead or whatever last night. I think I was gonna try and do other parts of the page too, and I forgot all about it. But I was kind of filming as I was inking some picture Bonehead last night, and I was gonna try and do a reel of that, but I forgot about it. So maybe I'll do something with that. It's a sleepy morning. I had to do a morning one because tonight's me and my buddy's night to watch Better Call Saul. And I don't think I was going to get a chance to stream this evening. But that's good. I need to get into the swing of being up in the morning. It's like I don't have a problem getting up in the morning, but it's a lot harder if I don't have to be up bright and early. If I don't have to, I tend to hit snooze a lot. Even this morning I hit snooze a handful of times. But I made it. Got here before 7:30. Just before 7:30. I was trying to get on here at 7. So but I went, part of that was I forgot to wash my brush last night. Which is part of the reason I have to get new brushes. If you're not washing them properly right after you use them, they'll get a little jacked up on you. Also, I was kind of reading about them last night, and I've kind of heard tell that it can be some of the Winsor Newton brushes can be a little funky, unreliable. Not always, but I guess sometimes. there's a little bit of inconsistency in the quality of them. And I've heard that from people who use them pretty faithfully. So I think when I was trying to order them on Blick.com on the stream last night, and if I recall, I came across the fact that there were two types of Winsor Newton Series 7 Sable Klinsky brushes. I was looking for size 2 and size 3. And, well, Blick.com, DickBlick.com had two different kinds of that brush. And I don't remember being met with that variety before. It was miniature round and pointed round. I think the conclusion I came to is that I wanted the pointed round. So that's what I ordered. I didn't even order them from dickblick.com. I ended up ordering them from Amazon. And I only got two number 2 brushes. This is a number 3. I've probably been using a number 3 for a majority of the book at this point. But I did start out with a number 2, which is a little smaller. I think the difference, I'm not sure what the difference is between the medium round and the pointed round exactly, but I think the pointed round is the conclusion I came to was that it is a bit better for more detailed work. And I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. Of course, this one's getting a little hard when it comes to fine detail. It's hard to get a super fine point on this right now, which is why I'm ordering new ones. So here's Bonehead, page 194. I might not finish this today. I'll probably come close-ish. Well, by the way, I've been getting new Twitch followers, or at least a new Twitch follower. So I should be up to 25 viewers on Twitch. Thanks, everybody. Meanwhile, I think last week there were a couple days where I got a lot of views on YouTube. And, I could be getting new YouTube viewers, and I wouldn't necessarily know. I haven't been looking at the analytics every day. But last week, there were a couple days I got a ton of viewers on a couple videos. And then I'm seeing a lot of no views lately on YouTube. What did I do? No, I'm just kidding. I hope my YouTube people are still there. We're getting close to the end of the inking. Getting close-ish. What do we got? It's gotta be about... It's hard to say, especially because I've still got like pages I have to redraw and add to the scene I'm reworking. But there's gonna be about 40 or 50 more pages. Not much more than that. Should I give a number 1 brush a whirl? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna say sayonara to this. Oh. I haven't used a number 1 brush, but I need a brush I can use right now. I cannot work with this. Here's a 0. This is a 1. What's this one? A 4? 5? It's a 4. That's too big. So yeah, I'm gonna try. Ooh, I have some jelly roll pens. I could bust those open. Use those. I could use those. Okay. All right. We're gonna give the number 1 a whirl. New brush. Oh, it's a new brush kind of day. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what the doctor ordered. That feels so much better right out the gate. It is too small for my liking. But at least I can draw with it. Okay, I will use one of my fat brushes for there's this shadow back here. And I think I'm going to also yeah, that needed that extra corner for the shadow. That helps. It's gonna work. Good morning for art. You know, I think working on a personal project like this that makes me happy. Like when I look through the pages and I see like that I'm accomplishing like it looks like a substantial amount of good work when I look back on it. Working on something like that makes me feel good. That's really helpful for like it just makes it like keeps me out of like a depression. It really it's good for your happiness. I don't know. Like this is just my hobby, making this comic. Where's my number one again? I don't know. I think it's good to have like something that you work at every day that makes you feel good. Like, I don't have a boss breathing down my neck about it. I get to do whatever I want with it. And I can squeeze in time on it every day. But I think that's kind of key, is just working on it every day. Makes me feel like I don't know, like I'm doing this for a living. It's like kind of tricking me into feeling fulfilled, if that makes sense. But before I started working on this, or the cartoon version of this, it was like I was trying to find a way to be fulfilled in art through other people, you know what I mean? Like looking for art jobs and stuff and thinking, and I don't think they were making me happy because they weren't this. And this is really actually what I was wanting to do with art, but nobody was going to pay me to do this. So how do I do this day in and day out and still, I don't know, be happy? Well, just work it. I don't know. I'm just working a day job and treating this like a job also by working at it every day. And I don't know, can you have an art job and do this on the side? And that might be even better. Yes. I don't know, when I'm doing art for other people, I just feel like a fraud the whole time. Personally, I don't feel like I'm good enough at doing anything other than this, really. And even if I'm doing this good enough, is, the jury's still out, I suppose. But I feel like this is what I do better than anything else. Oh, hey, there's Sweaty Smitty. More art, let's go. Keep it up. Have a great day. Thank you. Is at work, just saying hi. Thanks, Sweaty. You're too good. My people. So, yeah, this is what I do. And, instead of being self-conscious and feeling like I'm walking on eggshells day in and day out, in like some office, not working on my comic, because let's face it, if I got an art job, I wouldn't be working on my comic. I don't know. I just had to, I just realized, like, how would I put it? I don't know. I guess I was just without realizing it, I think I was just looking for a way to do this every day. And what my solution was looking for art jobs that weren't this. Well, I'm fine working a non-art job. Like, the thing was, I was always like, without realizing it, I was depressed all the time working my non-art job and looking for art jobs, thinking I'm never going to be an artist. But then I kind of made it a point to do art every day and keep my non-art job. And I'm less bothered by my non-art job now that I work this hard at my art outside of it. I think is what I'm trying to talk about. It's like you can enjoy, like, if you feel like an unfulfilled artist, all you got to do is just make art. I think just do it. Find time. You have 15 minutes in a day, right? If you can squeeze in 15 minutes of art in a day, you know, that could be enough. And because that's kind of how I started trying to be more disciplined about drawing art. About producing art is like, well, I have at least 15 minutes a day for sure that I can squeeze art in. And so I started by trying to get a doodle in a sketchbook every day. And I did that religiously for a good long time. At least like a year and a half solid. I think I got a drawing in to my sketchbook every day and posted it on Instagram. But the one thing I always say I found out in trying to squeeze in 15 minutes a day and doing a substantial drawing for a post was 15 minutes very quickly became like a couple hours. I had a couple hours each day. Because your drawing will get carried away or whatever, and it's like, well, I have time for this more than I realized. How much time was I squandering before? Realize how much time you waste if you're just not doing anything. You thought you had no time, but you have plenty of time. If you just make time for it. Now, so I started animating a cartoon at about that time. This was maybe close to 4 years ago now. I made the Bonehead cartoon, and then now I'm doing this. And I'm just going to keep working on projects like this and see what happens. And if nothing happens, like, my nephews love that Bonehead cartoon. And that's huge. So it's not for nothing. If nothing else ever comes of that Bonehead cartoon, I've got something my nephews love to watch before they go to bed. They ask for it by name. And that's cool. I've never watched it with... Oh, no, I have watched it with them. But same goes for this book. If nothing, if I never if it never gets picked up by a publisher, then I'll self-publish it. And if it never gets beyond 50 prints or whatever, if I only end up selling it to my mom and I wouldn't sell it to my mom. But I know if I made it available somewhere, my mom would buy it. But even if it was like an aunt and my neighbor were the only ones who ever wanted a copy, you know, I would have a copy on my bookshelf. And that would be, that's all I want, if nothing else. Just to be like, look, here's this book I made. And I like showing my artist friends that they can do it too. Like, this is within the realm of possibility. I've never made a graphic novel before. I've started one before. Here, I'm actually going to do this. But you know, how do you make a graphic novel? Well, I know one way you don't make a graphic novel, and it's by just sitting around speculating like how you make one. You know, you kind of get bogged in the mire of trying to figure something out and wondering and thinking about the process and just getting bogged down by the details and well, what happens when this happens? What if I need this? And you know, basically looking for excuses to not do it, right? Out of, you know, fear of failure. A little bit, probably even subconsciously. And the thing is, you just gotta dive in. Be it making a comic or a bookshelf or learning to dance or whatever. Just, you know, the best way to do something is to just get started. Dive in, head first, blind. Because even now, like, I'm like, how am I going to scan all these pages? I don't have an 11 by 17 scanner. That's the question I keep asking myself. Like, where am I going to get an 11 by 17 scanner? Because when I look for them, I always run into problems. Like, if I find one for sure, it's like super duper expensive. I know there's affordable ones out there too. That's the problem. I know they're there. And then I have problems finding, like, searching for them. But I know it's within the realm of possibility to scan all these pages in, so I'm not letting that. I decided right away I'm not going to let that stop me. And since I've scanned a couple pages at the local library, the problem is, I tried scanning one at one library, and it was supposed to email them to me in the format that I picked, which was JPEG or PSD or something. I don't know. And it never sent them to me. Well, I went to a different library and scanned them in. I was supposed to be able to scan them in as JPEG or something. And it didn't do them. It did them as PDF instead. I'm like, what? Okay, well. So I gotta see if I can work with those. Maybe I won't be able to. But I'm gonna keep trying to figure out a solution. My brother had found one for me on like that Facebook market, and I let it go. I should have. I don't know how that works. I don't want to meet with people, but that's not a good reason not to do something. um, but that's a bad impulse to just avoid people. Uh, but yeah, it's possible, so I can't let that stop me. But anyway, that's the next thing I have to do once I get all these pages inked. Get them scanned and colored. So Ink the Book Show is going to be like Color the Book Show, pretty much. It's called Ink the Book Show. That's my show. We're not rebranding. But I don't know how much of it I'm gonna color live, but I've got to figure out my workflow for that next. When I get into that. He's got this trap worm. It's got like circles on each of its segments. It's got this circle pattern. What time is it? 8:15 almost. No, let me bring this in. I don't know what I thought I kept. I feel like I keep bringing it in, but I don't know when I'm moving it away. Maybe it's just been that way the whole time. It's like holding back the ocean with a broom. Here. This trapworm needs some help. Pop him in front by making his outline bolder. This should really break this shape. There we go. The shape of his shoe needs to be broken by that claw. Oh, let's break up this. I was just thinking I need to buy new Jelly Roll pens. I might have even said it the other day. I have brand new ones. Ooh. One less thing to buy. All right. Team. I can't tell if ink is going down on these details right here. So last night I found out there's this obscure Chicago band called Off Broadway. That I really like. My dad used to play them all the time. They're a rock and roll band. I've seen them a few times. Like I think once when I was a real little kid, and then once maybe close to 20 years ago. Yeah. A little less than that, like 15 years ago. And I guess I saw something pop up about the band on Facebook. I was like, how do they know I like Off Broadway? But it's local. Um, so I clicked on it out of curiosity. It didn't say anything like big news for the band, but when I clicked on it, it just was like just general stuff. I see that they've been playing a lot, but without the main guy, and I guess I guess he's been sick, and they kind of had replaced him a while back, and it looks like he just died on Saturday. The singer Cliff Johnson. He was 70. I remember mentioning that band to my girlfriend's mom one time, and she said, "Oh, I hate that guy." And I think it was right after I'd seen them. The last time I saw them, and I I think I remember going like, yeah, I get what you're. I think he was like maybe a little bit of a like, he had a bit of that rock and roll sleaze going on. But it was good music. That's all I know for sure. And they're on Spotify if you care to check them out. Full Moon Turn My Head Around, Automatic, Mr. Moon. I'm trying to think, what else did they do? But I'm sad to hear he died. Oh, Bully Bully is another song. Again, Breaking Shapes. See? His horn breaks that shape. It just keeps your eye from, like, if that corner met right at that line, it would be like a kick me sign to this drawing a little bit. Your eye would just go it would just draw your eye's attention unwantedly to the tip of that horn touching that. Kind of like this line I just drew. I'm going to get rid of that. Going right to the shoe, and it all meets just right there. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to move that over a bit. I'm also going to use better white for this. If it'll let me. Doesn't feel empty. Okay, here we go. It just needed the try it on a different piece of paper for it to work. What time is it? It is 8:30. So I'm going to go for about another half hour. This is Mort. I guess that band is still performing though. Like I said, they replaced him a while ago. I guess he's been unable to perform for a while, is what I gleaned last night. Funny thing is, I was seeing that they were playing places my dad and his band have played. I was like, dude, pretty cool. My dad and his band, they do like covers of stuff. They just my dad sings. I don't know. He might play like a couple notes on a keyboard sometimes, or like use a tambourine or something. But he's mainly a singer. Yeah, the last time I saw that band it had to be 2005 off Broadway. Man, it's so weird to think about like my high school years now. It's like that was like a lifetime ago. Life was so different then. You don't realize how much time has passed until you start thinking about it. It was so long ago, 2005. And if you think 2005 was long ago, like, I'm always talking about the dang 90s. Holy crumbs. Here's this trapworm tail. Alright. This black background is making me want to quit comics altogether. I'm just kidding. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, that band off Broadway, they have at least two albums on Spotify called On, off Broadway On, and Quick Turns. Then there's a live album, and there's something else that pops up, and I'm not familiar with that one. I know when I used to look for that music before Spotify was a thing, probably back around 2005. And all I could find was whatever was on their MySpace page. You know, MySpace had like a 4-song music player or something like that. And if I tried to find any music, I could find like a couple of their songs, but then I would find like a bunch of off-Broadway musical stuff. So they were kind of hard to find for a while. Okay. I think that's that panel. And here's Bonehead. Oh, am I on? Okay, there I am. I'm always tempted to move the page to where the camera is when I see I'm veering away from sight. But then I gotta move to where I'm dragging the page, right? I gotta keep it where I'm feeling comfortable and just move the camera to where I am. So otherwise I'm just gonna keep dragging it off camera. What time is it? Almost 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna wrap it up with this panel. Let's see. Here we go. Almost there. So we got about halfway through this page. for the day. And then I'll pick this back up tomorrow. Because I don't think I'll be able to get on this evening. Just going to cut in all these edges and I'll fill it in with the bigger brush. Okay. Wash my brush and get ready to get out of here. Ooh. This brush is all stiff from not using it. I was hoping that dipping it in the wet ink a bit would loosen it up. It has a little. Ooh, almost wrecked Bonehead's head. Ooh, I got into my gutter a little bit. Bust this back out, clean the gutters. Just like Dad used to. Okay. We're gonna stop there. But I will be back tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow I'll be back. So, thanks for tuning in, especially Smetty, with all your words of encouragement. You're my pal. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for watching. Keep on watching. If you want to do me any favors, there'll be a link in the description shortly. And not necessarily you, Sweaty, but just anybody who will listen. There's links in the description forthcoming, and then there are other videos you can click on. So click on some videos over here. Click on my face. All right. Bye, everybody. Thanks for being a part of things. And don't forget to brush your teeth after each meal.